Hello and welcome to my chaos. My name is Katie, and if you are new here, I am attempting to make content sharing my health and fitness and weight loss journey, my experiences leading up to where I am now, and the things that I'm doing to progress and become who I want to be. I'm also sharing just in general a little bit of life. And for me, that's sharing things that I get excited about, things that I get to do now that I couldn't do before, whether it's I literally couldn't because of my body size or my fitness level, or things that I felt I couldn't do because the block that sometimes you put on your brain of what you think you can accomplish because you feel you're too big or whatever. There's multiple reasons why, someone could feel like they can't do something. And so I'm excited to share what I've been doing, what's been helping me, and I'm excited to share whatever happens in the future. There's a lot of things that I am really looking forward to getting into now that I am in a better physical fitness level, better position all around. So for right now though, that today's video is just a general, watch alerts going off. Today's video is just a general check-in video. I wanted to discuss sort of a March reset kind of thing. Usually I'll see vloggers do March reset videos where they go over their goals for the month, their plans for the month. They do a kitchen restock, they restock the fridge and pantry, and they do a cleanup of the major areas of the house. That is not the type of video today. I have, definitely willing to consider that in the future. But today's reset video, I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to be prepping my journal for next week while I talk, just because having something to do might help me a little bit because my brain is kind of all over the place. But I haven't been posting like I wanted to, and I feel like I need to do kind of like a reset, sit down chat to discuss what the problem has been and what my plan going forward is. And the journal thing is, one, to give my hands something to do and something for me to focus on without, losing my brain into la la land. But number two, it also is something that once I'm done, I can show kind of how I set my journal up for the week and, why I designed it that way. I don't know, just a fun little thing I might throw in at the end. Anyways, so for my March reset, my main thing here is I am done with the 75-day birthday challenge. I know I didn't have too much left of it necessarily, but in the few weeks since I posted last, I kind of haven't really been focusing on it. And that led to a lot of introspection of like, why on earth could I not stick with it? Why did I feel the need to, maybe not feel the need, but why could I not stick with it? Why am I not motivated by it? And I think when it comes down to it, I just feel like it wasn't different enough from what I wanted to do normally, which I thought would be a help. But I think that some part of my brain, and, let's be fair, I am one of those people that my brain doesn't always function the way, you would think it should. Just for some tidbit about me, I have been told multiple times by people that I need to go in and get evaluated for ADHD because I fit a lot of the bills for what? I fit the description for a woman with ADHD, and a lot of the things that I struggle with the most are things that ultimately come back as, something that a person with ADHD is going to struggle with. And maybe I have it, maybe I don't really know. I don't think there's anything wrong with self-diagnosis necessarily, but at the same time, I can't let that's not going to become an excuse for me. I'm not going to, I live my life as it is, and having a diagnosis, might help. I might be able to get some medicine to help make it easier for me and help me actually get things done instead of just staring at a to-do list for forever. But for right now, I haven't had an evaluation. I don't have an official diagnosis, so I just kind of got to roll with the punches and work with what I've got. And what I've got is a brain that doesn't like to cooperate, and to-do lists make it overwhelming sometimes. And I think what I struggle with my 75-day birthday challenge is I took the habits that I was already doing and some things that I want to incorporate and start doing as new habits, and I turned it into a long to-do list. And that didn't work for me, apparently. I don't know if that's really what the issue is, or if it was just a bad brain month and I just couldn't push myself to get things done. I don't know. But I've decided that since the challenge itself wasn't accomplishing what I wanted it to do, there's no point in me continuing in so many words. So I'm going to still keep moving forward. I'm going to continue doing what I was trying to do. I am planning on meal prepping. I want to do it tomorrow, but my boys are home from school tomorrow, so it might actually have to wait till Tuesday. But this week I plan on meal prepping, and it's going to be something brand new. So I'm probably going to record and have that be its own little video, just because I'm sure it's going to be an adventure, because me and cooking meat, it's not always the best combination, because meat freaks me out, the texture, and raw meat, and I don't get along with raw meat. But I'm going to try pushing myself out of the comfort zone and meal prep a couple things for the week. So that's something I want to do. It's something I'm excited to try. So I'm going to keep going with those types of things. And I'm going to try to incorporate all the things that I wanted to do in the 75-day challenge. I'm just reframing the way I'm thinking about it. I'm just resetting that part of things, if you will. So I'm still going to have the same fitness goals for the most part. I haven't been keeping up with my running. I think I ran a few times at the beginning of February, but I didn't do a ton of running. And unfortunately, it just hasn't been as fun for me, I guess. Maybe that's not it. But part is when the weather started getting cold and yucky again, I was feeling really uncomfortable with my body, because I'm starting to develop some issues with some of the loose skin that I've got, because it's going to happen. I've lost a significant amount of weight since I started, and loose skin is just kind of a natural byproduct, unfortunately. But I would much rather have loose skin than still be at the same weight and fitness level I was before. But it kind of was getting to me, and I've been having to kind of rework how I view my body when it moves in ways that I don't really like, and that makes me a little uncomfortable. And then just in general, I've kind of been feeling sort of meh about running in general. My preference has been leaning towards strength training in general, pretty much all along. And so I've at least been keeping up with my strength training. That's been my priority, and I've kept with my strength training almost every single day, almost every single exercise I wanted to do, I did. It's just the running that I haven't been doing as consistently. So at this point in time, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I would like to add in my running, or at least get myself out and going for longer walks and build back up to running again. I don't know if maybe just running isn't for me, and maybe I need to or want to try something different and find, a kickboxing class or Pilates class or something. I don't know. But for right now, I'm just gonna, sorry, there's something there. I don't know if that was my tooth. If it was, I'm so sorry. But for right now, I'm going to finish up March with what I've been doing. And if that means not doing running, then fine. If it means running a little bit or going for walks, that's fine. But I'm going to stick with what I was doing with my strength training at the very least. And then at the end of March, at the end of the first quarter, I'm going to go through and evaluate the moves that I've been doing, the successes that I've had, what areas I feel I might need to work a little bit more on. And then for the next quarter, April, May, and June, I'm going to change up my lifting routine a little bit. And I'll talk about that. I'm going to have a whole video for that towards the end of March, kind of a recap quarter one, and, show my preparations for quarter two. So I won't go into that too much right now. Just figure, since I'm saying I'm resetting, I want to make clear that I'm not going to be restarting things. I'm not changing what I've been doing fitness-wise. It's more a mindset reset, I guess. Not doing the 75-day challenge anymore. I'm not going to keep pushing for a few things, but I'm resetting my focus. I'm resetting my thought process, I guess, of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And just going to ride out the rest of March, and then I'll do the big evaluation. And honestly, I can tell you right now, my evaluation is pretty much going to be something along the lines of Q1 was not what I wanted it to be, but I at least tried, and I at least did good with my strength training. That's more or less what the summary of Q1 review is going to be. I don't know for sure. I'm going to look back through my journal, and I'm going to evaluate, what I wrote down, what my thought process was. I'm going to kind of be looking at everything, not just my fitness routine, but also look at, what was I doing with my meals? What was I doing with my nutrition overall? And what can I change? What can I add in? What new goals can I set? And then I'll go into whatever I'm going to do for Q2. But for now, for the rest of March, I'm going to continue with my push, legs, pull routine. I'm going to see about maybe getting out a couple times a week for either a run or a long walk. I'm going to work on meal prepping, and I'm going to do my best to vlog more. My ideal routine for vlogging is once a week, have a weekly vlog, which will recap the week before. So share things that are working for me, share my fitness routine, stuff like that. And then maybe once a week, maybe every other week, I'd like to have an additional video. It might be something short, like, hey, come cook something new with me, or let's meal prep together, or come explore a new trail with me. Because once I get my car fixed, I'm going to be hopefully using some of the time that the boys are at school or the weekends when the boys are home. And we're going to go out and check out some of the trails in the area that are slowly getting cleared up because they're still impacted from Hurricane Helene back in September, was it? The end of September, early October? Sometime around then. So those are some short videos. I want to call them like side quest videos because they're not part of the main content, but it's like a highlighted feature of something from my week. But then I also want to do some videos that are slightly longer form, where it's like a sit down chat talking about, I want to talk about, there's a few things in general, but one is like, I've lost weight before, and I want to talk about my experience with that, what I did, and then the lessons I learned from it, because I did it in a very unhealthy way and something that wasn't sustainable for me. It might work for some people, but it did not work for me. I did not enjoy the after effects at the very least. And then I also want to do a video talking about what I've been doing up until now, because obviously you are joining in over halfway through my progress as I have been working on losing weight and getting in shape. So I figure I'll do like a recap video of what I've been doing, what's been working for me, and all that fun stuff. And then just some other sit down chat videos, talk about things that I've learned, tips that I've heard. I don't know. Over time, ideally, my content will grow and evolve with me as hopefully the channel grows and evolves and we get more into life and I figure out what exactly it is that I'm wanting to share, what kind of fitness routine I want to have. I want to have this be an account where I can share my life, and whether that's trying new things frequently or going over the same thing and sharing about consistency and the benefits of routine and all that kind of stuff. I don't know for sure, but I do really want to continue to see how this will grow and share my experience and share advice. Obviously, I am not a professional. I am not medically trained. I'm not, physically trained. I'm not a fitness trainer. I don't have any official certifications, but I have experience, and I'd love to share my experience, and I'd love to share what's worked with me. I will probably be starting to add in a little disclaimer at some point in my videos talking about how, the fact that I am not a professional, I'm not, trained in any way, shape, or form. This is just my personal opinion, my personal experience, things that I've read, and I'll share sources when I can and when applicable, but you know, I'm just sharing my experience and what's worked for me, and hopefully sharing some tips and thought processes that I've gone through, and maybe that will help someone else along their way. Hopefully with advice and information from a trained professional, not just from me. I don't ever want someone to just take my word for it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I mean, I love sitting down and chatting. I love sharing my experience, and I really do hope that I can help people, but I would be very upset, scared, I don't know, concerned if someone just took my word for it, because I am just a stay-at-home mom who has a business degree in German and has lost a lot of weight twice now, and failed once and succeeded once, and I've got some experience, and that's my life. I've got my life to share, but I don't have anything official. So please also do your own research. Don't just take my word for it. I will hopefully put together a eloquent disclaimer card that I can put either at the beginning or at the end of my videos, but I figured since I was thinking about it, I would throw that out there right now. But yeah, like I was originally saying before I started rambling, I apologize. I do want to start doing once a week weekly vlogs, and as of right now, my goal is to release those on Monday. And now, before I was doing Saturday through Friday, but since I'm resetting, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to arrange it the way I do it in my journal, where my week starts on Monday and ends on Sunday. So the weekly vlog posted on Monday would be, in theory, a recap of the week before. So this week's vlog will, in theory, come out next Monday. And then anything that I want to highlight from this week might come out this week. It might come out next week. It just depends on how things go. But I would love to have a weekly vlog once a week. And then either once a week or every other week, I'd like to have an additional video, whether it's one of the short little side quests highlighting something from my week, or a longer sit-down chat talking about my experience. Some of those videos might be broken up into more than one. That way I don't feel like I'm wasting your time because I've rambled for 3 hours. Not that I think I can create a 3-hour video. I just am saying I would love to not ramble too much and waste your time, but I would love to also be able to share my experience without cutting out things that I feel might benefit someone else, just from hearing my experience and what I've learned from that. So for right now, that's my plan. I can promise you that there are going to be times where I forget to upload, where I forget to post on, Instagram as well. That's just unfortunately how it's going to go. I am a mom, life gets crazy, and as I've stated, I am not always the best at getting things done, even with a to-do list, even with a million reminders. Sometimes I just really struggle with the motivation to get started, and sometimes that leads to kind of an endless spiral of, well, I didn't get started, so I might as well not do it at all, or, well, it'll have to start tomorrow, and then I run into the same issue, and then next thing that happens is this, where it's gone by a couple weeks and I haven't filmed at all, and I don't have any content for the weeks that I've missed. But I'm going to do my best to get better at that. That is a promise. And do my best to just share what I can when I can, and work on building up consistency. Same thing as what I've done on my health and fitness journey. I'm going to work on building up my consistency, work on building up a routine. And along the way, I hope you guys will share what type of content you enjoy seeing as I create more. And that way I can figure out the things to highlight a little bit more and adjust my vlogs, adjust my little side quest videos and stuff as I go. I know I'm just starting, so there's not a lot of content. There's not much to comment on. And all I can say is I have plans, I have ideas, and I hope that you're along for the ride with me, and willing to give me a chance, and willing to share what you've liked and give me ideas for things that I can share that I haven't shared maybe. Anytime you have any questions about something I talk about in the vlog, or, if just in general curious if I've tried something or not, feel free to leave them in the comment section. I would definitely be happy to either respond in the comments or respond to the question in a future video. So I would love to interact a bit and, adapt my content based on those interactions, and just in general get to know you and connect with you and all that fun stuff. So for right now, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to actually finish this up. I'm going to do like a little time lapse thing, and I'm going to either do a voiceover talking about my setup, talking about why I do it this way, or I'll just maybe put some text on screen, because there's really it's not a lot. It's not really anything special. So for right now, I'm going to get to finishing this and I'll show you how it goes, and I will wrap up now and I will check in with you guys later. So thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.
So there's really nothing super special about how I do this. I just each week do a new section where there's one side of the page is every day of the week, and I like to highlight any special events going on that week, like the boys have no school or my husband's work schedule, stuff like that. I also have little sections to keep track of my habits for the week, keep track of whatever goal I want to focus on, so steps, activity, whatever, and my meal tracking, just to write down ideas for lunch, as well as whatever the family's having for dinner. And the other side is just my workout tracker, where I can keep track of my reps and my weights, so I can make sure I'm constantly trying to do better. So that's all there is to it.